Hello, and welcome to the Software Know-How. This is an incredibly important event to Marel, because here we bring our software and digital innovation to life. This event also gives us the opportunity to dive into our products and show you how to use the software to its full potential. This time, we've chosen the theme of driving towards the hybrid world. The reason for choosing this theme is because of two distinct topics, and both of them will be playing a central role in how our industry will transform over the coming years. While the two topics are separate, they're commonly referred to in association with the word hybrid. The first hybrid topic is the changing lifestyle of the consumer in coming years. All surveys and studies indicate that the traditional office worker will not exist in a few years. People will be living a hybrid lifestyle where work and home will be commingled. And I would not be surprised if the discussion of work-life balance will be replaced with work-life harmony. It's important to keep in mind that we don't really know what the future will hold. But with that being said, we can probably all relate to this trend in how we work today. We're already seeing large corporations set employee guidance for how to work in the future. This hybrid lifestyle will change the food consumption patterns from the predictable breakfast at home, lunch at work, and dinner at home or restaurant over to a diverse field of consumption needs. This will require us all to be more agile in our product offerings and operating models. We need to enable demand-driven production, and furthermore, because of the hybrid lifestyle, we need to have the ability to determine demand from various factors such as weather or local events. The second hybrid topic is more technical in nature. After our last software know-how, we got a lot of questions regarding cloud technologies and if our future software products will require a reliable high-speed internet. The short answer is no, because we are building our future products on hybrid technologies. I'll be going through both topics in a bit more detail, and then I'll bring them together and show you how the hybrid technology will help you deliver products to the consumer living a hybrid lifestyle. I want us to start the journey towards the hybrid world. Let's start with the technology and how that is evolving. It's good to start with that, as the technology is an enabler to new business models where we deliver to the hybrid lifestyle consumer. You could say that the technology is a foundation, and if we don't have the technical capability, we won't be able to deliver on the vision. Let me therefore start with the technology so that when we dive into the new business models related to the hybrid lifestyle, then we have already established a solid foundation and confidence that we can deliver the vision. Marel is investing at the highest level in the food processing industry in software and digital solutions. We have doubled our investment in software development over the past 3 years, and we're further expanding the team this year into artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and other critical technologies which are needed for us to transform the food processing industry. Which brings us to our digital vision. It is to be the digital partner of choice for the food processing industry and enable customers to sustainably maximize value creation through automated processes and by providing the platform for interconnectivity. Although we're increasing our investment, we want to make sure that we focus our investment on what we do best, which is to create solutions for the food processing industry. And I want to touch on a topic that relates to how we're focusing our investments. We will use standards as much as possible. We use industry standards in our communication protocols, both in the factory and to the cloud infrastructure. This has two benefits. First, this is maximizing our investment, like I mentioned before, because it allows us to focus the investment on food processing solutions. Secondly, this makes it a lot easier for you to connect the Marel solutions and have these solutions as a key part of your technical infrastructure, because you can trust that our solutions will be secure and scalable using infrastructure from global providers that you rely on for other solutions. In addition to using technical standards for building our solutions, we want to standardize the processing workflow with flexibility to your needs. Let's dive into our technical approach. We will be connecting the equipment by using an Iot Edge. And what is an Iot Edge? It's simply put an edge device for Internet of Things. It's a thingamajig. And by the way, that is a well-defined technical term. Iot Edge is a solution that connects to the equipment, determines if any local actions need to be taken, such as alarms, and then it collects information and decides what data should be sent to the cloud. The benefits of this technology is that we can ensure processing is available locally while taking advantage of the cloud capabilities such as security and scalability. This also allows us to unify the data flowing from all your factories into one central dashboard that can be viewed from anywhere. We're building our platform on Microsoft Azure technology, which allows us to have a dedicated tenant for each customer. So your data is only accessible to you. Marel can only see aggregate data to improve the products, unless you give us explicit permission. The Edge also allows us to run anomaly detection without any cloud connectivity. We're implementing a system that ensures uninterrupted production regardless of internet availability. This will also allow us to radically change how we offer, implement, and support what you may know as the Innova server. It's important to iterate that technology is a foundation and an enabler. Once we have the technology, we can start to build on top of it. And I want to illustrate where the magic starts to happen with the solutions that are now possible. Let's transition from the technology to what is really important to you, the solutions and the value that we can bring to you. A great value-added solution is remote support. By utilizing the hybrid technology, we'll be able to offer equipment monitoring and later remote updates. We have already started rolling out proactive maintenance solution for SensorX. If you're not familiar with SensorX, it's the industry-leading X-ray technology for detecting bone and other hard contaminants, such as metal, stone, and glass, with unprecedented accuracy and reliability. In the coming months, we'll be rolling out in the United States a free version of proactive maintenance for SensorX. And based on customer feedback, we plan to expand to a global rollout this year with both free, basic offerings and subscription offerings with more advanced functionality. I have discussed how we are building on standards, but we're also setting standards. Our ambition is to standardize the configuration of our software. The primary reason for undertaking this investment is to reduce the configuration time and ensure there's long-term support of standard solutions. There is also another reason we're doing this. It's in our DNA to standardize solutions. The name Marel is derived from two words, mar and electronics. The word mar means sea in Icelandic, and that's literally how we started, standardizing motion compensating, onboard scales, and data registration systems. We set a new standard for grading at sea with electronics. We started standardizing a single equipment, which also reflected our customer need at the time. There was demand for smart equipment that could optimize one step in the process. Then we moved to the full line solutions, and today our Innova food processing software helps business around the world make data-driven decisions on how to operate the business minute by minute, day by day, and even year by year. And we're taking this a step further. We plan to standardize the configuration of the software. At the same time, it's important to state that we know that the manufacturing process itself can probably never be fully standardized. Each one of you will have different requirements on how you want to run the process, and there are different needs for different markets. We are therefore building a system that has standard building blocks that can be linked together with an easy-to-use graphical user interface to configure a full-line solution. And a key enabler is the hybrid technology that I mentioned. The code name of this solution is Emily. It's a standard way for workflows and processes. Emily can be used to configure both individual stations or decision points in the process, and it can be used to link the whole process in the factory together. We will have pre-configured the most common processes for each equipment and capabilities of the Marel equipment, so all you need to do is to configure what decisions you want to make at each step in the process. Now, let's assume that is done, and we want to link all of this together for the full factory. First, we drag into the user interface the intake for the factory. Next, we drag in primary processing. And finally, we have end of line and shipping. And as you can see, the whole process from the graphical user interface is now reflected in the full factory, allowing you to be up and running in no time. I mentioned demand-driven production earlier, and I'd like to expand on it. What do I really mean by that? Isn't all production demand-driven? Yes, in a sense it is. However, it's usually based on long-term demand, and we produce into that long-term demand, knowing that some periods will be slightly over and then others will be slightly under. What I mean by demand-driven is that we can be agile in the production process, gather actionable intelligence that allows us to control the production much faster than we have before. If we can do that, then we can have a material impact on food waste and your profit. With all the equipment connected and all your factories connected, it's easy to see that demand-driven planning and execution is possible. You will be able to create a central plan in the cloud for all your production, and then distribute that plan to individual factories for automatic execution. We want to help you produce the right product at the right time. We're currently investing in a system that will be able to gather inputs such as weather, local events, traffic, date, and multiple other factors of society that will help us predict the demand in the coming days and weeks. You may ask, aren't there a lot of planning systems available in the market? Yes, and of course we plan on using standards and standard systems available to help us with the core planning functionality. in line with my statement before. We build on standards. Having said that, Marel has a unique ability to connect the plant to the production. In the future, we will be able to control the equipment remotely using the hybrid technology that I've mentioned. This will be unique in the industry, and very few, if any, can match this. The global software companies that are investing in planning systems do not have the same level of experience and insight into the food processing that we do, and they don't have the ability to control the equipment. Other food processing equipment providers are not investing at our level in digital solutions. So we are confident that we can be your partner of choice in the future. There is one image, and you might say my favorite image, that I need to show before we wrap up. It's the product cake. How did the keynote fit into my favorite image? We have the picture that shows the digital platform, process control, and connected business. I explained how the platform will be hybrid and that we use standard technologies to build the system. And I explained that process control will be standardized. And we went through that the new world requires agile food production with new planning systems.
Hi, I'm Sigurveig and I am a part of the software product management team. With me is Haraldur and he is in software program management. We want to give you some insights into one of our development projects. Delivering the right product at the right time, quality and quantity can be extremely challenging. We have our incoming orders, product criteria and deadlines that need to match with the raw material and factory floor capacity. And there is increasing complexity. We see a trend of increased product variety, increased variety of the incoming raw material that cannot be mixed in production, and then we have last-minute orders. For the past year or so, we have also had COVID, causing some food producers to experience significant shifts in supply, demand, and capacity. Our vision is to provide you with a tool that helps to deliver the right product at the right time, quality and quantity. Haraldur will tell you more about this. Over to you, Haraldur.
Thank you, Sigurveig. Having a clear overview of what will happen on the factory floor with a combination of the raw materials and the orders that you need to fulfill is key for a successful production day. We're working hard towards a tool that will leverage the available data that is needed, such as your orders, raw material, factory capacity, and product criteria, to help you get answers to questions like, do I have enough of the right raw material, or can I fulfill these orders? Our vision in our development is to give you the overview you need to help you with order fulfillment, and also intuitively allow you to plan your production day and set up your order scheduling to meet your customers' requirements. To achieve that, we're working to connect to the data that is needed and bring it to you in one convenient tool. In our design process, we have a clear vision of having the latest information available at all times to monitor progress and react timely and efficiently by being able to execute according to production plan. Having access to the data provided by the Marel hardware in the factory through the Innova software gives us a unique opportunity to achieve that vision. Our goal is to use the latest technology to develop the best user experience possible in a tool that will help you improve overview, minimize errors, and improve the overall performance. We're still in development phase. We value your input, so don't hesitate to be in touch. Thank you.
As I mentioned in the keynote, we're seeing a fundamental need to strengthen the workforce with automation. And we're also seeing an increased demand for transformative solutions. These needs have shifted the industry to a new hybrid business model that needs new solutions to help facilitate success. And this is where Marel comes in. Our mission is not just to support you during this period of extreme stress, but also to support you through the new normal and in the many years to come.
Hi, my name is Knut Are Elvemo, and I work as a lean facilitator at Lerøy Midt AS. Lerøy Midt farm and produce salmon, where 20 till 25 sites are active at one time. I'm mainly going to focus on our harvest plant on Jøsnøya and give you an introduction to how we use Innova. We produce around 350 tons every day, or approximately 30 to 50% goes through our fillet department in the first shift. All is processed, packed, and shipped the same day, and all processes from reception to dispatch are controlled by Innova. The day before production, we receive the sales orders from our sales team in Bergen. The orders are automatically imported to Innova through our integration between Innova and the sales software. The first thing I do is to set up the orders with the correct label information according to customer, language, etc. Since this is not defined in the sales system. We have several high demanding customers that require different information on the labels, and the Innova labeling is flexible and helping us meet their needs with innovative solutions. The raw material, live salmon that is brought in from the farming sites every day by wellboats. Our sea sites reports the number of fish, average weight, and the welfare of the fish in each batch to be processed. This is used to make a prognosis of how many boxes we can expect of different sizes and quality from each batch. How accurate these estimates are can vary a lot, and when there's a mismatch between what we expected and what we actually got, we need to change a lot in our orders. Therefore, it's important to closely monitor these numbers in Innova and to be able to act on this as early as possible. To monitor this, we have a prognosis report that shows expected outcome at the end of the day based on expected volume and actual size and quality distribution. The quality scanners on the production line are storing pictures and data for each fillet, which we are working on distributing to our customers in Europe so they know what to expect and may prepare and optimize their production line. Furthermore, we use in our freezing storage for palletizing and for loading trucks using PDA. In our palletizing dashboard, we are setting each pallet place with a product, and this is communicated to the palletizing robots. When we are producing orders to our secondary processing plant, we use the transfer hub to transfer information of what we are shipping. This information is automatically transferred from our system into their Innova inventory system. This gives them full control over what raw material that will be available. This includes pallet and box ID, product, size, quality, and quantity of shipped goods. At the secondary processing plant, they can use a PDA or a barcode scanner to scan the pallets to production. Use this data in the reports and calculate yield without first manually entering the information into their system. I hope this gave you an insight of how we use Innova at our company.
Thank you so much for joining me in this keynote. And please sign up for the other sessions to learn more about our products. Thank you.